This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I can see around 30 people only have joined the session yet. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes. So hello everyone, and like as you all have requested that you wanted a session on how to enhance and write your resume, and you also wanted a guidance from somebody who has industry experience on how to handle the interviews. So we have Miss Shumaila Anis with us, and she is an expert on corporate communication soft skills, and she has been giving expert advices to many of the industry professionals and freshers on how to make your resume visible in front of the recruiters and employers, how you can make your interviews well, and what are the best ways to clear your interviews. So I hope this session will be very helpful for you. And please make sure that you are noting down the important points. You can take a pen and paper, just note down the important points so that you don't miss out anything. Number two, after this session is completed from Shumala ma'am's side, I expect that you should come out with some questions also, because I want this as an interactive session. And so whatever concerns or queries you have, you can definitely ask Ms. Shumaila. And hello, Ms. Shumaila, are you there?
Yeah, yes, Miss Samreen.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me to deliver. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, please continue.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Shumaila. Thank you, Cetpa, for inviting me to deliver a session on resume writing and interview handling skills. So before moving further, I just want to know your quick introduction. You can share it in chat window that what is your qualification, or you can give me a short note about your introduction in chat window. What is your academic qualification? Why you people are doing this training from Cetpa? What is your purpose? Just two liners. I want not much detail, more description. Just in 2 3 lines. Kindly write in chat window. I'm expecting answers from you people. Kindly write in chat window. I want this session should be interactive, and after 1 or 2 hours, when you will leave the session, so at least you should learn something. Your two-liner introduction. Thank you, Shubhangi. देखो, while you are giving interview or while you are participating in any JD or any discussion, because most of the time interviews are virtually nowadays. So if multiple candidates are there in interview and HR person is asking something, so your answer should be very prompt. I'll give 10 marks to Shubhangi because she prompt very fast. She gave her introduction nicely, and she mentioned her qualification also and mentioning university name as well. Then Kakasha said, "Good afternoon, Shubham." Suraj is there, complete BTech from TMU. Very good, Anubhav. Anubhav answer is very impressive because this session is for Pfizer Salesforce development training. Anubhav is very good. Anubhav wrote, Anubhav Rawat, graphic era deemed to be university to secure a job in Salesforce at Pfizer. This answer is very impressive because this session is for Pfizer only. You are willing to work with Pfizer only, and the HR person who is sitting in front of you, he is looking for a person who is very much interested in the giving role and the profile. Very good, Anubhav. Thank you. Thanks for just give this quick introduction. So before moving further, I'll give my introduction as well. I am Shumaila, and I worked with HCL, I worked with IBM, and the total. And when I talk about my experience, so I'm having somewhere around 9+ years of industry experience, and I've already delivered so many sessions in multiple corporates and the industry as well. So today's session is I'm just sharing my screen to you. Is my screen is visible? Okay,
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you.
Uh,
So
Ms. Shumaila, sorry to interrupt. Just want to inform everyone. Everyone, please, I'm saying it again, take a pen and paper and note down the important points that are being shared, because I don't want after this session by evening people are coming to me, ma'am, can we have the recording, can we have the session again? Please note down the important points.
Actually, while delivering the session, I'll ask so many questions, and I'll expect the quick answer, prompt response from you people while moving further. So again, I'm asking an answer from you people. What is resume? I'm expecting answers in chat window. What is resume? Anyone who can tell me what is resume? I'm expecting quick answers. Description of a student, your introduction. I want everyone should be participative in this session. I'm noticing that only few students are responding, and I can see around 40 students are there in the session. Good, Ravi. Document which contains our personal and professional information and your academic information as well. Okay. So today I'll tell you what things you should write in the resume, what important points your resume should cover, what points you should not mention in your resume. So just wanted to confirm resume. So everybody told me this is the introduction of resume, giving our personal and professional information with resume. But I have heard another word also in the industry. I think you also heard the same word, that is CV. Can anyone tell me what CV is? CV. What is CV? Cover letter. My screen is visible to you. My second slide is visible to you. Miss Amreen, my slide 2 is visible to you.
Ma'am, not second slide.
Yes, yes.
Sorry.
Yes, yes, we can see your screen.
Second slide you can see.
No,
No,
only
ma'am.
the first one.
Just let
No,
me
ma'am.
check. Let me
No, ma'am. Second slide is not
No,
visible.
ma'am. It's not
Only the
visible.
first
So I'm just giving you a brief introduction what exactly CV is and what resume is. Most of the time I have seen the fresher candidates who are just going to appear in the interview, just they're going to start their career. They usually mention CV while giving their introduction or before going for any interview. So I'm just giving you a brief introduction what CV is. CV is a curriculum vitae, as you've already know. CV has no length limit, means it could be a 3-page, 4-page, 5-page, or when you would be having around 9 years of 10 years of experience, so maybe your CV would be having 8 pages or 9 pages. So there is no limit for CVs, and resume is usually 1 or 2 page document. CV usually we use for academic purposes, and resumes are using to apply for jobs in different companies. So if you are creating your resume and you are fresher, so you should use the keyword resume, and it should be on the top of your resume. It should be on the top, and I'm just giving you the main important section that you should write in the resume. before moving further, before writing anything, the main section that is very important is your objective. What is your career goal? What is your objective? That would be the topmost point of your resume. Their resume should be written in heading. Then you have to write the objective. What is your career objective? So you have to mention this thing on the top of your resume. You have to mention your contact information. Then you have to mention your education, whatever your qualification is, and make sure while mentioning your qualification in the resume, the most important part is, I'm asking another question again, what we should write while mentioning our education. What we should write first, our 10th qualification, or we should write our BTech or MCA? What we should write first, 10, 12,
Graduation.
higher to lower or lower to higher?
Higher to lower.
Higher to lower.
Very good, very good. So always mention your highest qualification on top. If you are BTech, so mention you are BTech, and mention your university also, that from which university you did your BTech, or university or college name, in which year you have completed your BTech, and clearly mentioned your percentage also. Because it would be very helpful for HR to shortlist your resume, because most of the time company want a person whose academic record is more than 60% or 65% or 70%, and I think Pfizer is having the same criteria. They need candidates having more than 60% in the academics. So mention your academic percentage very clearly in the resume, because most of the time I have seen that a student scored good in the academics, they scored 70%, 80% or 90% in the academics, but they didn't mention it in the resume. So it should be mentioned very clearly while mentioning your academic details. Mention your highest qualification, then your lowest, then your 12th, and then 10th. Mention this should be the sequence of the resume. And mention your percentage also. That is again very important. The objective section that I told you, that is very important. Objective section is very important. So while mentioning the objective, it should not be 5 lines, 6 lines or 7 line objective. It should be maximum 3 line objective. And whatever you are writing at a glance, means HR person can read it at a glance. It should not be much. Content should be less, but it should be crisp, that the person would understand what exactly your career objective is. So while mentioning your objective, career objective, always remember, don't write much about your career objective, and use only 2-3 lines. And if possible, you can put your picture also on the top of the resume. On the right hand side, you can paste your picture also on the resume, and the left hand side, you can write down your academic qualifications. I'm just giving you an example of a career objective. And please tell me, the objective that I have written here, this is right or wrong? This is right or wrong? An internship or a job opportunity to utilize my knowledge and expertise in different areas. This objective that I have written in this slide, this objective is right or wrong? Well written, but it raises so many questions. What kind of internship? What knowledge? What kind of expertise? Which areas? How you'll contribute in my company? So this is not the right objective. Now I am telling you what should be the exact objective that you should write in the resume. I'm just giving you an example that what should you should write in the career, the career objective. See, and one point that you should remember every time when you are applying in a company, so you should be aware that this particular company is hiring for which profile. Let's say an example, if company is hiring for Salesforce developer profile, so you should mention this thing in the resume and mention this thing in your career objective, so that HR person should know, yes, this is the right person, this is the person who is actually looking for job in Salesforce development only. If you write that I want to be a developer, you use general terms. I want to be a developer. That developer could be a Java developer, that would be a PHP developer, that person could be an Android developer. But if you'll write clearly that I want to be a Salesforce developer to utilize my BTech, and mention your strength also, as a Salesforce developer. As a Salesforce developer, it should be clearly mentioned in your career objective. If you'll write this thing in your career objective only, that your career goal is to be Salesforce developer only, that person would be very impressed. Yes, this is the person who is actually looking job in the profile, who is actually looking job in Salesforce development only. If you use general term that I want to utilize my skill, I want to be a developer, so that developer could be anything. An HR person can think, yes, this person, maybe this person will work for us for 5 months, 6 months or 8 months, and after that, that person will leave because this is not his or her career objective. So always mention your career objective if you're applying for a job in a particular designation. If you're applying for Salesforce developer, so always mention in the resume, your resume, because when you are fresher and you're applying in multiple companies, so at that point of time, your 2-3 resume should be prepared. What usually I have seen, if a person is applying for Java developer, so that person mentioned in career objective that I want to be a Java developer only. If person is applying for Salesforce developer profile, so you should write this thing in your career objective that yes, I want to be a Salesforce developer only. So this is the right format that I'm showing you. You can see on my screen. This is the right career objective, that my career objective is to work as a Salesforce developer trainee, and I can utilize my skills, and I'm really very much interested to work with this company. And
Ma'am, you're
the things that I have mentioned in the this slide, if you want, you can write it or you can take screenshot of this. If you have taken screenshot, so I can move further. Another point that is important, your contact information section. It should be very clear, mention your complete information, mention it should be on the top of the page, because most of the time I have seen that usually students are writing this thing on the last, where they are mentioning their personal detail. Sometimes they mention their contact details, their email ID there. So it should be on the top of the page. So your contact details should be clearly mentioned, or most important thing is your contact number and email ID. It should be properly visible so that HR person can directly call you, or directly he can drop you an email. And please always mention the contact number that is active. If you are changing your contact number, so always share your updated resume, because while shortlisting resumes, I am facing this problem that student mentioned the contact number. Most of the time incoming facility is not available in that number, or that number is out of use, number not working, switched off. So it gives very bad impression. HR person will drop you an email, but will give a bad impression that number is not working. It means that candidate is not deserving candidate. He is not looking for job very aggressively. So mention, always mention the contact number that is currently on use, and every time that number should be available. So on the top of the resume, you have to mention your contact information. So at the first impression, HR person can see your contact details, and it should be always on the top of the page. And what should be in the contact information? These are the important points. This slide is again very important. Always mention your name. While giving your personal information, your contact information, mention your name also in the resume. I am having samples of such resumes where student didn't mention his name on the top of the resume, and again they mention their personal details on the second page of the resume. So always mention your name on the top of the resume. After that, your address also. Most of the companies are giving work from home, but slowly and gradually companies started calling candidates at the office premises. So usually while shortlisting resume, HR person notice that thing, that person, if you are applying for a company that is located at Noida and you have mentioned your address in Noida, so you'll get preference. Means HR person ki see that person is already in Noida, so you can mention this thing. But for the current scenario, it don't work because most of the companies are giving work from home. So always mention your name on the top, then address and contact number, your email address, and your LinkedIn profile. If you have any LinkedIn profile and that is active and you have good connects in your LinkedIn profile, you can mention your LinkedIn ID as well. So this should be the sequence: your name, your address, your email address, and your LinkedIn profile. And while mentioning these things in the resume, while mentioning your name in the resume, you should take care what font you are using in the resume. That is very important, because most of the time we have seen that some students are using Comic Sans SMS font in the resume. Some students are using different font. So and you should not use multiple font in single resume. Don't use multiple font. You can change the size. Suppose if you want to highlight something, you can change the font size, but your complete resume it should be in the same font size, same font type. And the layout of the resume is again very important. If you are mentioning some column, means formatting, resume formatting is very important. If you are mentioning bullets, so same bullets you have to use everywhere. Somewhere if you are using different bullet style, somewhere you are using a different bullet style, so it will not give good impression. So preferably would be if you use the same bullets, and alignment should be good. And I'll give you one sample resume also, where you can see that how you can create your resume. Because resume is the thing that give your first impression. Before talking to you, before meeting with you, HR person will see your resume. Your resume reflect your image in front of HR. So resume is very important. Before, means when you are applying in the company, before talking to you, HR person is seeing your resume. So 50% things so HR can judge from your resume only ki yes, this is the person, and he did BTech, yeah, this is his qualification, his interest areas is this. If you have mentioned each and everything in the resume, so your resume would be shortlisted properly. And most of the time companies are using softwares while shortlisting the resume. I think you have seen most of the MNCs are using a software to shortlist the resume. When we talk about big companies like Pfizer is there, HCL is there, Wipro is there, so they people are using a software to shortlist the resume. If your resume should be in standard specific format, then it should be come in shortlisting. Otherwise, automatically your resume will not be shortlisted. Most of the time a student complains ki ma'am, what is the reason we are applying in n number of companies but we are not getting response? Then I ask them to show their resume to me. So there were lots of mistakes in the resume. So resume should be in proper format so that it should be shortlisted. If you are applying in a company, and that to be in an MNC company like Pfizer, so you should be very specific while using the content that you are writing in the resume, your font size of the resume, the what things you are highlighting in the resume. If you are applying for the post of Salesforce developer, so it should be properly highlighted in the resume. If you are a Salesforce developer, the things that you have learned in Salesforce, you should properly mention in the resume so that HR person should know, yes, this is the person, he is having good knowledge of Salesforce development. Yes, this person know Apex programming. Yes, exactly, we are looking for Apex programmer, and this person is having good knowledge of Apex programming. So whatever your technical skills, I don't know much about Salesforce development, whatever your technical skills are required, you should mention that thing in the resume, and you should highlight that thing. You should highlight that thing. You can, if you're applying for Salesforce developer, you can particularly Salesforce word where you are using Apex programming or Salesforce keyword, you can highlight that particular word because you are applying for Salesforce domain. Education section, I have already discussed this point. Education section mein you have to mention your educational background that I told you, your qualification, from which university you did your academic record, you should be mention this thing in the resume. And if you recently graduate, so you should mention the year pass out also. Most of this time students don't mention their year pass outs, and some companies are having criteria that we people are taking only 21 pass outs or 20 pass outs or 22 pass outs. They people are not taking 2015 or 2014 or 2016 pass outs, and you didn't mention this thing in the resume. So HR person, they'll not take much pain. They'll call you and ask, you didn't mention in your resume from in which year you did your BTech. They'll not take pain. Normally they don't shortlist you. So always mention your year pass out also in the resume. Because now this HR person is very specific that we people are giving preference to particularly this year pass outs only. And while means after your professional qualification or technical qualification, mention your there's school information as well, from where you did your 12th, from where you did your 10th. Mention that thing also in the resume. Means the school name should also be visible. That is not very much important, but it should be written in the resume. And this slide is very important. Extra information about your degree. Because whenever you are pursuing BTech or you are pursuing MCA, your major and minor projects are very, very important. So if you did any extra, if you have any, suppose I am a student and I have completed my BTech. So along with BTech, what extra curriculum or what extra technology or what extra knowledge you have? Kindly write in chat window that how many of you are having some extra qualification or some extra course that you people did. How many of you did some extra course? Everyone is BTech nowadays. When I am posting any opening, so I am getting 20,000 resumes and everyone is BTech and most of them are score more than 60%. But I want to shortlist their profile. So what filter I'll take? What filter I'll take? I'll see that this is the student, that person did BTech also, and this student did some extra course as well. It is this when we talk about the Salesforce again. Salesforce is not there in BTech curriculum. And when I see your resume, yeah, this is student, he did Salesforce training also. That means he did some extra course. So these extra activity, your extra performance or your extra course will give a weightage to your resume. So always mention in the resume if you did any extra course. So extra information along with degree, if you did any diploma course or any extra course, mention that also in the resumes. And the project part is very, very important, and always mention your project in the resume. Don't, after completion your education section, our first point was the heading of the resume, that was the resume heading, then your contact information, then our career objective, then our educational qualification, then next thing that is important is our project detail. So you should mention your project detail, whatever project you have developed either in other technology, and if you develop any project in Salesforce, it will again give you a added advantage to you. So always mention your specialization and project details in the resumes. And the thing that I have mentioned in this slide, the language, programming language that you know, if you did any certification, because in student time we did lots of certifications. Active students, they actually did some certifications. Some are Java certified, or some students are Microsoft certified, some are Salesforce certified as well. So if you did any certification, you can mention this thing. I'm not talking about global certification or international certification. If you did a course from a reputed institute and you have a certificate of that, I'm not saying for any online XYZ course that nobody know about that. If you did a course from any reputed institute and that certificate is valid, means that company should be registered in Ministry of Corporate Affairs, a well-known company. And if you did any training or any course from that particular organization or from that particular institute, you should mention this thing in your resume as well. That's good, Shubhangi. You did internship in data science. You can mention this thing in, but not, we don't write much about your data science internship, because as you are going to apply for a Salesforce developer profile, so you can just use one line that I did my college internship in data science. And your career objective should be very clear. Yes, I did my internship. And during interview also you can tell, because HR person will try to confuse you. You did your internship in data science and you want to be a Salesforce developer. Shubhangi, what should be the answer? Shubhangi, you can unmute yourself and just give me the answer. You did your internship in data science and you want to be a Salesforce developer. Why? Why you're not going in data science? HR person will try to confuse you. Shubhangi, I'm expecting answer. Unmute yourself and tell me. Shubhangi, unmute yourself and reply me. I told you in starting that you have to participate in this session. I want this session should be interactive, and at least after the end of the session, you should learn something. I don't want that I'm just speaking, you people are listening and not responding. I'm expecting answer from you people. Yes, Shahab, you can write workshops. If you have attended workshop, you can write that thing also in the resume, because that is a part of your extracurricular activity that you did from your video academics. Shubhangi, your mic is not working, so you can write in chat window, what is the reason you did your internship in data science and you want to apply for Salesforce developer profile? Why? Yes, Shahab, you can write workshop details in the resume, because this is an added advantage that along with your academics, you attended some workshops as well. Achha, can anyone tell me, please? I'm expecting answers that why you want to be a Salesforce developer? Why? There are n number of domains available. Why you don't want to go into artificial intelligence or data science or full stack development? Why you want to be a Salesforce developer? Shubhangi, artificial intelligence is also there in the domain. Data science is also there in the domain. Then why Salesforce? Why Salesforce? An HR person will definitely ask this question from you. Why you want to go? Why you want to be a Salesforce developer? Why you want to go in this domain? Why Salesforce? Good Pooja, good answer. Expecting answers from others too. Expecting answers from others too. It seems like only 2-3 persons are interested to work with Pfizer. Expecting answers from others too. Why Salesforce? Why not data science? Why not artificial intelligence? Expecting answers. Shahab, expecting answer from you. Shahab, give me answer. Athar, give me answer. Why Salesforce? Vinay, Ravi, Shivani, I'm expecting answers. If you not respond, so I'll think like you people are just listening. You just started the meeting and not responding. Why Salesforce? Are you interested in Salesforce domain? Are you people are interested in Salesforce domain? At least you can write yes or no. Are you interested in Salesforce domain? If you are interested in Salesforce domain, then you should know this thing also. Why Salesforce? So you can search it from Google. Why Salesforce? And what is the future of Salesforce? Learn only 2-3 lines, and while giving your interview, because dekho, why I am telling you this thing, I know that today's session is only for resume writing session, but while if you want selection in Pfizer, if you want selection in good companies, so there would be multiple rounds. Your first round would be, your first thing would be resume shortlisting, then your technical round would be there, and then HR, obviously HR round would be there, and HR first question would be why you want to be a Salesforce developer. So you should be have one liner or two line answers. Why Salesforce, why you want to be in this domain. Now I can see that student did Google and now they are started giving answers. Good, you're expert in Google searching. Shubhangi, you have written, I want to learn Salesforce. You are applying for a job. You should know, you should not say this thing that I want to learn Salesforce, because you are not applying in a training company. You are applying for a job. So you should say that I want to utilize my Salesforce skills. Selection of word is very important, because HR round would be hardly for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and that 10 minutes would be the most important part of your life, and those 10 minutes will decide, because you have already cleared your aptitude round, you have already cleared your technical round, and your final round is HR, and that is very important round, and that is hardly 5 minutes or 10 minutes round, and that those 10 minutes will decide selection or rejection. So while giving answer, you should be very particular the terms, the words that you are using. Good, and now I am getting good answers and satisfactory answers from you people. Very good, Utkarsh, Niket, Pooja. Now this session is interactive and you people are at least giving answers. I was expecting same. Okay, so let's move further. I'm just showing you a sample resume. Can anyone tell me that how many types of resumes are there? There are particularly how many types of resumes? And but before means Abhi, I can see how many candidates are there in the meeting. And I want a quick introduction from you all. I just need a quick introduction. Let's say a kind of demo interview. This is a demo kind of interview, because I would like to see your resumes as well, but I'll talk to Miss Samreen. Once you would be sharing your updated resume to Miss Samreen, I'll see your resume once, and definitely will, if changes would be required, so we'll help you out how, what should write in the resume and what should you should not write in the resumes. So I just need a quick introduction from you people. One by one, you can unmute yourself and let's do a demo interview. Let's see. You are sitting in front of HR. I am Faiza of HR. I am sitting in front of you. Let's start with Abhishek Sharma. Abhishek, please don't say Abhishek. My mic is not working. Abhishek Sharma, unmute yourself, and give your introduction.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, Abhishek. How are you, Abhishek?
I'm good, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Yes, fine, Abhishek. Thank you. Yes, Abhishek. Give me your introduction, Abhishek.
Okay, so ma'am, my name is Abhishek Sharma and I'm from Meerut. I've completed my Bachelor of Technology from Meerut Institute of Engineering and Technology in the field of Electronics and Communication. I have completed
Okay.
my yes, ma'am. Apart focusing from the academics, I actively participated in extracurriculum activities. So back in 2019, me and my dance crew was awarded as a state level winner. I have done my summer training on Salesforce during my college, and I'm passionate towards my work. So that's all about me, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, good, Abhishek. Abhishek, you did your BTech from Electronics and Communication, and you want to be, and you did your internship in Salesforce. What? Why not any electronics domain? Why not in embedded system, robotics, or AVR?
Ma'am, I think right now the Salesforce has a very wide career, and I have an inclination towards this, and it's interesting to learn. That's why I choose Salesforce over electronics, ma'am.
Good, Abhishek. You are very confident while given answers, but Abhi, I means some minor mistake that you did. You said, "I think Salesforce in demand." You think, or you searched on internet, or your seniors told this thing, or you means did some research work that Salesforce is in great demand nowadays. You think is, I mean, this is your thinking, or it is actually in demand.
Yeah, ma'am, it's actually in demand, ma'am.
So you should not use this word, I think Salesforce in demand. You should use the term, ma'am, I have did lot of research work and finally I found that Salesforce is a domain that is in great demand nowadays. And for a long-term career growth, for a long-term IT career, Salesforce, according to me, right now, Salesforce is the best technology. If you will say this thing, that will give a different impression in front of HR. Overall, you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
very good, very confident, Abhishek. All the best, Abhishek, for your interview. Next is
Oh,
Akash.
thank you.
Akash, unmute yourself and give me your introduction.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, Akash, you are
Hello.
audible.
My name is Akash Yadav, and I have completed my graduation from Chandigarh University in the domain of computer science engineering with an aggregate CGPA of 8. I have completed many projects, and talking about my achievements, I have successfully written a research paper on it on one of my projects. Uh, and
That's good, Akash.
talking about,
Akash, very common question that it usually asked in any interview. Why should I hire you?
uh, am I audible?
Yes, Akash, you are
Hello.
audible. I'm asking Akash, why should
Uh,
I hire you?
Yes, ma'am. I believe that you should hire me because all the requirements that I have seen in your job profile, I believe that I successfully qualified it. And as per my experience or the trainings or the projects, so I believe that I can be a good part for your organization because I have shown my skills and I have certain skills or the requirements that you are looking for. So I believe that I will be a good choice.
And Akash, if my project deadline would be coming and I'll ask you to work for 15 hours, you would be comfortable in that?
Ma'am, if it would be required very necessarily, then definitely I will be happy to help in it or contribute it because as we are in IT domain and as a software engineer, we should be ready for doing any kind of task or we cannot deny to it because it's our project and at the end of the day, the end result matters a lot. So yes, definitely I'm going to do it.
Very good, Akash. Very good. Good, Akash. Amit Singh. Amit, unmute yourself. Amit, kindly unmute yourself and give me your introduction. Ankit Sharma, unmute yourself and give your introduction. Ankit Sharma.
Hello, I'm audible, ma'am?
Yes. Yes, you're audible, Ankit. How are you?
Fine, I'm great. And what about you?
Yes, fine, Ankit. So, Ankit, you want to apply here for Salesforce developer profile?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ankit, I have a very good job role in Java development as well.
Yes, ma'am.
So, are you
No,
interested in
ma'am.
Java development also?
No, ma'am, because I'm interested in Salesforce, though I denied this position. Because say in Salesforce there is a lots of demands, and according to my research, I found out that find out that there is a lots of opportunity to do a great things, and so that's why I'm interested
But
in
Ankit, I
Salesforce.
think Java you have learned in your academics also. Java, core Java, so you have learned in your academics, and Salesforce is totally new domain.
Yes, ma'am. But according to me, I'm not follow the lots of people. So I'm interested to go uniquely. So that's why I follow the Salesforce domain.
Okay, okay. So what do you know in Salesforce?
Sorry, ma'am.
What do you know in Salesforce? In Salesforce development, what
Yeah,
do you
ma'am.
know?
Yeah, ma'am. I did my training from Cetpa company. So I learned lots of technology like Apex and other framework as well, so that develop good business analytic pages and website as well. So that's why I'm interested in Salesforce, and I'm also interested in business. So that's why it's help to enrich that much height to achieve a good in
Okay.
business as well.
Ankit, you
Yes,
are
ma'am.
speaking right, but it seems that you are a little bit nervous. Are you nervous?
No, ma'am, I'm not nervous.
But your voice is a little bit confusing, and it seems that you are nervous. So while giving
I
interview, you
think there
should
is
be
an.
very confident. Rest everything is good, Ankit.
Sorry,
Okay, good, Ankit, good.
ma'am. I think there is
Okay,
a
next
network
candidate.
problem, so that's why there is a lots
Maybe
of
this could
glitches.
be the reason. Maybe this could be the reason. Okay, let's move to another candidate, Anubhav Pandey. There are so many candidates. Let's move fast. Anubhav Pandey, give me your
Yes,
short introduction. Yes, Anubhav.
hi, ma'am. Hi, ma'am. I'm Anuvanand Pandey. I have done honors
Yes.
in computer science and engineering. I have done two internships, one in big data and one in management, each being a 3-month internship. I have developed several projects.
Okay, you did the
Like I have
project. You
developed
did
few
your
games,
internship in big
including
data.
Survival Shooter and big data project.
Okay. So
Yes,
Anubhav,
ma'am.
why you want to be a Salesforce developer? Why Salesforce development? You
I
did
did my
internship
big
in big
data
data and
internship with
now.
Cognizant.
Okay.
Ma'am,
So why
yes,
in
ma'am.
Salesforce?
One of my friend who is 1 year senior to me is already yes, ma'am, is already a Salesforce developer, and he introduced this profile to me. And when I researched this profile, I was quite impressed with it, the way it is booming, and I want to shape my future in Salesforce development because I think it is one of the most developing, most what we say like rapidly increasing day by day its market. So I want to
Very good,
represent
Anubhav.
this profile.
Very good, Anubhav. I was expecting this answer. Thank you. Good, Anubhav. Good. And your confidence is again very
Thank
good.
you, ma'am.
And if you would be showing such confidence in interview, definitely you would be selected in Pfizer. Anubhav Rawat.
Thank you,
Anubhav
ma'am.
Rawat, give your introduction.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Anubhav Rawat. I have completed my BTech from Graphicera deemed to be university with a CGPA of 8.6, and my specialization was cloud computing. During my college curriculum, my favorite subjects were operating system, data structure, and DBMS. During my BTech, I have worked on various AWS services, and right now I have learned basics of Salesforce development and admin part. I do enjoy coding in Apex and I'm well familiar with its concepts. I have scored an All India rank of 6,300 in GATE 2021 and my
Okay.
global rank in HackerRank basic programming section is 3,400. I do enjoy working as a part of a team as I've been a part of NGO for the past 2 years, and my hobby is cycling, swimming, and teaching. That's all about me.
Good, Anubhav. So Anubhav, what do you know in Salesforce development? Which programming?
Ma'am, I'm comfortable in coding in Apex, which is one of the Salesforce development language.
Can you write programs in Apex programming?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Did you develop any project in Salesforce?
No, ma'am, I have not yet developed any project in Apex in Salesforce. But
Okay. So
if
are you
given
planning to
chance,
develop any project?
yes, ma'am, I'm currently doing some projects on Trailhead,
Okay.
and as soon as they will be completed, I'll update them on my resume.
That's good, Anubhav. Good. You are very confident. Good, Anubhav.
Thank
Apurv
you, ma'am.
Mathur.
Yeah, hello ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes,
Hello.
Apurv. Yes, Apurv.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Am
Apurv,
I
give me your
audible, ma'am?
introduction. Yes, you're audible,
Okay.
Apurv.
Okay. I am Apoorv Mathur and I am from Ambala, Kent, Haryana. I have completed my BTech from Chandigarh Group of Colleges and with a CGPA of 8.5. And I have also actively participated in Smart India Hackathon, which was held in our college, and I participated in that. And also, I have published a research paper in brain segmentation in neural networks. Yes, ma'am.
Where you see yourself after 5 years?
Uh, Currently, as I am studying and want to join the Salesforce domain, so after 5 years, also I am looking forward to be in this field and working well with a team which is in the Salesforce domain and working for a company that is leading this Salesforce domain ahead. Yes.
Okay, Apurv, good.
Yeah.
There are so many candidates, so now I'll call them randomly. Muhammad Athar. Muhammad Athar, please unmute yourself and give your introduction.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon.
How are you, ma'am?
Yes, fine, Athar. Athar, from you are in Delhi or somewhere outside?
Ma'am, in Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh.
Okay. And Athar, if you would be selected in Pfizer and will ask you to join our Noida location, you would be comfortable?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
You would be comfortable? We have
Yes,
an
ma'am.
option for work from home also. What you will prefer, work from home or work from office?
Ma'am, as a fresher, I would prefer work from office over work from home because this will help me to interact with people more in comparison to work from home.
Okay, good, Athar. So Athar, why you want to be a Salesforce developer?
Ma'am, in my BTech, everyone in my batch was talking about web development and data science. But my professor gave me this opportunity to learn something in Salesforce in Cetpa. So I research and then Google and talk to my seniors what is Salesforce because it was a very new domain for me. then I realized that it is a very emerging and vast growing technology, and it is something different than web development and data science and cloud computing. It is a part of cloud computing, and I deepened my interest in this, and now I'm pursuing Salesforce developer profile.
Okay, good, Athar. So, Athar, whatever you have learned in Salesforce, kindly mention that skills also in the resume. And everyone, whatever you have learned in Salesforce, Apex programming, and what are the technical terms that you have learned during the tenure of the training with Cetpa Infotech. So, kindly mention that thing also, that we have knowledge of this programming, or we have knowledge of this and that. Whatever your technical skills are, so kindly mention that also, so that your resume should be shortlisted and you'll get preference in the company. Some candidates left the meeting. There were 46 candidates. Maybe they are scared that I'll ask from them. So only 35 participants are left. So let's move further. Vasu, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, Vasu, you are audible. So Vasu, from where you are?
I'm from Saharanpur.
So you are also from Saharanpur.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. From where you did your BTech?
Ma'am, I have done my graduation from Merit Institute of Technology with an aggregate of 8.04.
Okay. So Vasu, just give me your introduction.
So yeah, ma'am. My name is Vasu Jain. I'm from Saharanpur, and I have done my graduation from Merit Institute of Technology. Also, I have done several courses from Udemy and Coursera regarding data science, data structures, and Python. Uh, apart from studies, I have interest in reading, athletics, and swimming.
Okay. So Vasu, what you will prefer? As you are in Saharanpur, what you will prefer? Work from home or work from office?
Ma'am, any option will be appropriate for me, basically depending on the company requirement.
Okay, that's good. If company say ki Vasu, it's totally your choice. So what option you'll select?
Ma'am, I would prefer work from office because it will be more beneficial for me to I will be more get a chance to interact with the clients and my colleagues, and it will be more beneficial for me to work in the real life environment.
Right, good. I was expecting this answer because Abhi, you only have experience or your academics only. You did your 10th from school, then 12th from school. You did your graduation BTech from university. You have only academic exposure. When we talk about professional exposure, you don't have much knowledge. So that would be more preferable if you'll go for office, means you will work from office. So you would be having a knowledge, or you'll enjoy an environment, professional environment. So
Yeah, ma'am.
always say this thing while giving interview, that I'll prefer this thing. And each a person can judge how much, means whether you are giving preference to work from home, you want to be sit and relaxed at your home, or actually you want to do something and learn something, and actually environment really works for you. So this is important because HR person, they'll try to confuse you while asking such kind of questions to you. That's why I'm just giving you a rough idea what questions HR person are asking during the interviews. So Utkarsh Sharma, please unmute yourself and give your introduction.
Hi, ma'am. A very good afternoon.
Yes.
My name is Utkarsh Sharma, and I have done my graduations with the BTech with Computer Science and Engineering branch from Merit Institute of Technology with an aggregate of 76%. A part of this, and I have done learn many skills like DBMS and MySQL as a database and HTML5 and Python also. And a part of this, my schooling was done from City Vocation Public School with an aggregate of 66% in class 12th and 60% in class 10th. That's
Okay,
all
so
about.
Utkarsh, you told me so many programming languages, you know HTML also, you know Python also. Which one is your favorite subject?
My favorite subject is, ma'am, database actually. Yes, managing a
So
database.
I think you should go for DBA profile then. Why
No,
Salesforce?
ma'am. Salesforce, because in Salesforce I can see I have seen when learning that there's a less coding and in the Salesforce profile I can also manage the database in that field also.
Okay. So what is Salesforce?
Like Salesforce is a platform where which provides you the space in a clouds and a startup to help the clients to start a business online, like virtually, like we can see in this pandemic business are set up on the virtually, so that's why.
So which cloud is better, Salesforce or AWS?
I think Salesforce, ma'am, because AWS has a much coding and I don't want to write many codes. Salesforce is better.
And what is in great demand, Salesforce or AWS?
I
What is
think
in more demand?
uh, both are having a demands in the market, but like Salesforce,
But
but the Salesforce, I think, which is a less costly and provide your business platform, where AWS not.
okay, good Utkarsh, you handle my question well, but this is not the correct means the complete answer. So you should search it, or you can ask your technical trainer which thing means why Salesforce is better than cloud and which cloud is better. And as you are applying for Salesforce developer profile, how you can say that Salesforce is the best domain or the best cloud. And what other clouds are available in industry other than Salesforce and AWS? Any other cloud is there in industry other than these?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Google
Utkarsh.
is.
I'm expecting
Yes, ma'am.
answer, Utkarsh. Akash and others, kindly mute yourself. Utkarsh, what other cloud is available?
When there are many clouds like
This is the general question. You should know the answer. So will give me the answer.
I think
What?
like cloud DNS like one of the cloud and
Oracle and SAP, Microsoft.
Microsoft Azure.
Google
Oracle and SAP, SAP.
Cloud is there, ma'am. Adobe's Cloud is there.
GCP Cloud, Google Cloud.
This is very general and very basic questions. That's true that you are applying for Salesforce development profile. That is a cloud. So what other clouds are available in industry? At least you should know the names. I'm not talking about you should know the coding and other detailed thing. At least you should know the names. Now I'm telling you, the person who don't have knowledge, kindly write that. Microsoft cloud is there. That is Azure. Microsoft Azure. Salesforce, again a cloud. AWS is a cloud, that is Amazon Web Services. Google is having its own cloud, that is Google Cloud. Oracle is having its own cloud, that is Oracle, by the name of Oracle Cloud only. Even IBM is having its own cloud. So at least you should know the most famous clouds are AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Salesforce. Even Google Cloud is famous nowadays. Okay. So who left? Bhagya, can you hear me? Please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Bhagya.
Yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
Bhagya, give me your introduction. Give me your introduction.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Bhagya. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, I completed my BTech in Computer Science Engineering at Thontadara College of Engineering, and I have good knowledge on Java programming, and I'm proficient in software developing, and also I have worked in All State Solution Private Limited, and I have proficient knowledge in manual testing also on identity access management, and also having good knowledge on agile methodologies.
Okay. So, Bhagya, you want to be a Salesforce developer?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah,
Then
as
why
I
Salesforce, Bhagya?
yes, ma'am. As I thought of choosing Salesforce as my career domain, since it's a better option than any other profession, like seeing the opportunities that is creating now in the market, like right now there is huge demand for professional from this field, and many companies are adopting Salesforce because it makes life very easier. Yeah, ma'am. I thought of choosing the
So
Salesforce
Bhavya,
career.
suppose Pfizer is offering you 6 lakh package, and after 3 months, because Pfizer is itself a brand name, everybody know Pfizer, the projects those that Pfizer is having, it's really good projects. If after 3 months, if you would be having an offer of 8 lakh or 9 lakh in your hand, so what you will prefer? You will prefer Pfizer, or you will go with that company who is offering 8 or 9 lakh package to you?
Ma'am, currently, if we have to survive in IT field, there should be one proper domain that we should be having good knowledge or proficient in that particular field. After that, having some about experience, knowing our capabilities, demanding on that, we can only demand more than 8, 9.
Good. Or I'm just telling you one rule of the companies. If you are a fresher or you are having 1 year of experience, so at least you should stay with the same company at least for a year.
Yes.
If you change your job so frequently, so it'll give a negative impression. So if you're a
Yes.
fresher and this is your first job, so at least you should stay with that company for 1 year. At least you'll learn a lot. You should be having good knowledge of that particular domain. So
Yes,
students,
ma'am.
Abhi, I'm just going to show you a sample resume. There are two types of resume that usually students are using. That two
Hello, ma'am.
resumes are chronological resumes and another one is functional resume. So I'm just showing you a format. You can see the format on my screen.
Ma'am,
See,
what will
this
be
is
the answer for the previous question which you have asked? That if a company is giving you more, then what should you do?
I told you now, it means you should stick with the same company at least for a year. 3 months experience is nothing. That 3 months experience is nothing, and that 3 months experience will not consider anywhere. So your that 3 months would be totally wasted. And depends if a brand name, a top IT company, a famous company is giving you a 6 lakh package, a company who's recently startup and not very famous company, not a reputed company, is offering you 8 lakh package. So what do you think? Which one is better? You have to see your growth also. So you can tell this thing to the HR ki while working with the same company, Pfizer, I can see my growth. If you are hardworking, if you're performing well, so whatever they people are giving 8 lakhs right now. But what after 1 year or 2 years? Do you really think that that company can give you good appraisals? When we talk about Pfizer is a company. If you're performing well, Pfizer don't want to leave their good employees. So maybe next year you can get more hike, whatever the people are hiring. Maybe they'll hire you on a package of 8 lakh, and after 1 year they'll not give you any appraisal, and they'll say, no, we'll appraise your salary after 2 years. Then what you will do? Then you will remember Pfizer in that case. So if you are working with the top brand, and if you got an opportunity to work with good company, whether the people are not are giving you 6 lakh and other company is giving you 8 lakh, but see your growth after 2 years or after 3 years, where you would be. So that thing is very important. So see the
Got it,
format.
ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, please see the format that is on my screen. This is chronological resume. That is usually students are using nowadays. This is a very professional resume. You can use it in such a way. You can see in left hand side there is a picture. So in the same way, you can paste your picture there. You can mention your name. You just see the resume once. Everyone see the resume, then I'll explain it.
And you said there are two types of resumes. This one is what type of resume is this?
This is chronological resume, and I'll show you functional resume as well. Just see this resume once, then I'll show you functional resume also. I think you all have seen the resume. This is a chronological resume format. See, you should write your name on the top. Left hand side, you can paste your picture, and see, contact information is properly mentioned. You can use these kind of icons as well. See, contact number icon is there, email icon is there. These icons you can use, and you can use these skills as well. This that they have mentioned in the resume. So this is the sample for chronological resume. There's an option of this education, then work experience. If you are fresher, don't write heading work experience. You can write training experience or internship experience if you have any. And if you did any course or something, you can mention that as well. And at last, you can mention the awards or the recognition. As some of the students said that our hacker rank is that, and some students said that we participated in that course or we attended some workshops. At the end, you can mention that thing in the resume. So this is the format that you can use, and this resume format is very popular nowadays. This is chronological resume. I'll show you another format also, that is the functional resume format. This is functional resume, that is common resume that usually students are using. But means if you go for chronological resume, so it is more visible or more impressive. This is the format for functional resume. You can use this format as well, but that format that I showed you, chronological resume, that is more impressive. Share your feedback. What do you think? Which one is better, this functional resume or chronological resume? Which one is better, first one or second one?
First one.
Am I audible to you?
First,
Okay.
first
First one.
chronological.
Okay, and now tell me that how many of you are having chronological resume and how many of you are having functional resumes?
I have chronological, ma'am.
Good, good. Good, Athar,
Chronological.
Ranjit. Mostly students are having chrono resume. Some are having functional as well. If they want to change this, they can change. I'm not saying that functional resume format is wrong and you cannot use it. You can use functional resume also. But when we talk about the visibility of the things, so that resumes are more impressive. So that's it from my side.
In functional, we can use
Anything that you want to
predefined.
ask? Yes.
Ma'am, in functional, we can use predefined templates and make it more attractive. Then why to go for the chronological?
Yes, you can do that as well. You can do that as well. But means make sure the points that I told you, it should be there in the resume. The points that I told you, career objective, your contact information, academic details, project details, it should be there in your resume. You can use functional resume as well.
Ma'am, what if we don't have any work experience?
Yes, Athar. Okay,
Ma'am, I'm
students,
audible.
thanks for your patience, and thanks for the participation, for your active participation in the session. I really enjoyed the session while delivering the session, and I have another meeting lined up. So I would like to call Miss Samreen. She'll take your feedback, and if anything you want to ask, because if we'll attend, means if we'll conduct next session also, so I would like to see your resume once.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Yes, Rajat.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Actually, I just want to show my resume. I already edited it on 1st of November. Can I show it? May I show it?
Okay, but Rajat, I think you won't be having right to share your screen. So you can share it with Miss Samreen and she'll share it with me.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Because this is, I think this is their professional meeting or something, and they don't, I mean, they didn't give rights to you to show
Okay.
them. Are you able to share your screen, Rajat?
No, ma'am. Actually, not.
No? So maybe they didn't give right to students. No issues, Rajat. You can just share your resume to Miss Samreen and I'll definitely see it. And if anything, if any changes would be required, I'll definitely help you out.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, students, thank you. Thanks for your time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy Deepavali.
Same to
Thank
you,
you,
and
ma'am.
all the best for your interview,
Thank
and
you, ma'am.
hope most of you people would be selected in Pfizer. And after Diwali, I think your final interviews would be with Pfizer would be there, and most I think you would be selected. All the best. My good wishes are with you. All the best.
Thank you, Mr. Myla.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank you, ma'am.
giving us your valuable insights and sharing us your experiences with us. And I believe you must have got a good understanding and how you can make your resume more attractive, more and like better understanding on how you can effectively create your CVs. So how was your experience with the trainer, and what is the feedback that you would like to give me on this session?
It was a wonderful session.
Ma'am,
It
Yes,
was
very
ma'am.
good,
Thank
ma'am.
insightful.
Very informative.
for
It
giving this
was
up.
wonderful, and
Okay, and some more.
Ma'am, after this, one more session should be there so that we can show our resume and our intro part to you so that you can configure it is right or wrong, or you can correct us out.
Ma'am, before this session, can you share this PPT with us so we can go through it once again?
Hold for a moment. Just hold for a moment. Yeah. So I'm sorry, I was on call. What you were saying?
Ma'am, I was saying, can you
And
share
so
this slide with us before the next session? So it will be helpful and we can go through it again.
slide, no, that is why, guys, I have asked you that you have to note down the important points, because I don't think so she can give, because if we can share this slide, because this is Shumala ma'am's her own slide, so I am not sure if she will share this with us, and if we can share this with you. I'm not sure on this. Maybe some important
Okay,
tips I
ma'am, no
can
problem.
share from. Mhm.
Ma'am,
That is
I
why
was
I was
asking
asking
that,
you.
I'm
Yeah.
just
ma'am,
upload the
I'm
session
saying
so
that,
we can see the recording.
Sorry.
I'm asking you to explode this session soon on the meeting if possible, so we can see it.
No, you are saying that to organize the session again.
No, no, the recording of this meeting to upload on the portal.
Okay. So let me see, because it takes time. In any case, another important announcement that I want to make is that you have to share your updated CVs with me by Saturday. I'll update this on the group also. So all of you have to share me your updated CV by this Saturday, because on Monday I'm sharing all the profiles with Pfizer. So make sure you share it with me by Saturday. And जैसा आप लोग assignments में करते हो, you have your own reasons of not submitting the assignments. Please don't give these excuses in case of sharing your profiles, because whatever profiles I'll be getting by Saturday, I'll share those profiles on Monday with Pfizer, because it's a proper official coordination that we are doing with Pfizer. So I will not be sharing repetitive slots with them. I will be sharing one whole complete slot of the participants, of the candidates who are eligible to give the interview for selection in Pfizer. So make sure you all share your CVs by Saturday. If you have already updated it, very good. well and good. Start sharing it with me. You have to, I'm sharing my email ID again here. You have to do both ways. Share it on the group also and mail me also. I'm writing my email ID here in the chat box. With CC to Megha. Let me just see her email ID. Can you see the email IDs in chat window? I'm sorry, I've missed .com. That's samreen@cetpainfotech.com and cc2mega@cetpainfotech.com. Can you see this?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright. Okay, and I hope you all are revising and practicing on the development part. Everyone, come on, speak up. Like you have to give your interview in Pfizer next week. आप अभी यहाँ पर interactive नहीं हो. You still have hesitation. We have been interacting for the last, you could say, more than a month now, and you are still hesitating and not communicating. Then how will you crack the interview with Pfizer? You have to be very confident, be at your best, be smart, give smart answers. We're giving you we are training you, we're giving you like whatever you are asking with us, like your expert sessions on interview handling. And one more important thing, we'll be having your doubt session with Swati ma'am on Friday, 4 to 6.
Hello, ma'am.
So I wanted, yes.
Ma'am, I asked about the some session on the Aura and about AWS.
We will be having most probably session on Aura on Saturday, but I'm not sure because Swati ma'am is also traveling. So she's not available these days, and I've requested her especially for this doubt session on Friday, 4 to 6. So I'm just trying if we can have the Aura session as well. But I would request everyone, I think she has shared some links also with you guys, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so at least go through those links and try to gather maximum information, because see, if in any case we will be doing a session on Aura, that will be only for 2 hours, right? Because we have very limited time. So what I would suggest is till the time we are taking Aura session, you have to do maximum study on Aura. And because as per my understanding, they were saying that you should understand the basics, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
So focus on both the things, study on Aura also, plus do maximum practice, because Pfizer team was again and again focusing that you should have more and more of hands-on practice on the subject. That is what is their expectation.
Ma'am,
So we are giving you
ma'am, excuse me.
maximum time. Yes.
Ma'am, is there will be a resume shortlisting in Pfizer, like shortlisting on behalf of resume?
No, 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 no. Never. See, had if you be going through directly to Pfizer, then definitely they have that process. But because you are going through Cetpa, because you are going through a professional training which is being done for more than a month as per their course curriculum, so there is no CV shortlisting. You know, CV is basically your resume, is basically your gateway and entry to the company. It puts a nice impression of yours, because see, the interviewer is not aware about your personality, about you. He'll get a walkthrough about you through your resume. So best way to impress the employer or the interviewer is your CV. That is the most important thing. So that is the reason we are focusing that you should have good resume, plus you should have good practice on interviews also, do a lot of searches, because we want that you should crack this interview, maximum of you, in fact all of you. So shortlisting of profiles is not there. Everyone will be getting the interview.
Ma'am, like ma'am was asking that she will be seeing our resume separately and she will be telling that what are the errors in the resume. So is it possible, or like she was saying?
See, for one or two profiles it's possible, but I hope you understand you have around 55 participants in this training, and we have very limited time period. So scanning and screening all for 55 profiles at our level is not possible. I hope you understand, because it's Diwali tomorrow. Then we have only this week's time, and on Monday we have to share the profiles.
Okay, ma'am.
So you have to do it
No
on
problem.
your level. Rest, if you have any doubt, you can definitely ask me, or you have my number. And somebody has asked me on the chat today that what are the interview dates for Pfizer? See, we are sharing your profiles on Monday, so your interview is most probably going to happen next week itself. So you could say Tuesday to Friday. Be prepared for
Ma'am,
these dates.
on next week there is another festival, Chhat Puja. So it will be after Chhat Puja, or
I'm saying we'll be sharing your profiles on Monday. Tuesday onwards, you can expect your interviews, Tuesday to Friday.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then I'm ending the session. Moreover, like as I always say, we all are available for you to guide you every possible way. If you have any concerns, you can definitely give me a call. My number is there. You can call Megha also. And as Vikasa says always on the call, we are all available for to clear your doubts and your concerns. But see, again and again, I was writing on the message also. This is very critical, crucial time for you. I know Diwali is a festival season. You all must be having with your a lot of plans, but please focus on this Pfizer drive as well, which is equally important for you. So we are keeping a session on Friday, 4 to 6. So make sure you all attend this session and clear all your doubts and queries. And we're giving you one Saturday and Sunday so that you can work out on those queries, and then you're good to go from Monday. All right. All the best, everyone. All the best. Do well. Do
Thank you,
maximum
ma'am.
effort, practice everything, and wish you a happy and prosperous Diwali to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.